Hey, welcome and thanks for watching this video. This is Julie Voorhees, and last night's team call, unfortunately there was a little technical difficulty with the presentation and the recording, so I'm going to just go ahead and do this again so I can upload it into our team page. So I want to talk to you about the invite process. How can you rock your challenge groups and rock your business? That's what tonight is going to be about, and I'm going to share 5 points with you. So let's see if we can get the slide to move. Whoops. There we go. Here's the 5 points I'm going to share with you tonight. We're going to talk about inviting, how you do that, what it looks like. We're going to talk about finding needs. Now, that's the #1 thing you are always listening for when you are talking to prospects. You want to hear what their needs are, and then if you have a solution for them, then you present it with them, for them. Just like if someone wants to go to dinner, you might recommend a good restaurant. Same thing with this. If you hear that they're struggling to lose weight, you might say, hey, you know, I heard that you're struggling to lose weight, and I'd really like to offer some help. I have a bunch of people who are doing this thing called 21-Day Fix. Have you ever heard of it? They might say yes, they might say no, and then you just proceed from that point. And you know, you can say anything you want about it, but don't vomit information on them. Ask them if it sounds like something that they would be interested in. If they say yes, then just continue through and follow through with inviting them to a challenge group, inviting them to get the program, anything like that. I'm going to provide you basically information that will help you get through the process of #1, inviting people to a challenge group, #2, inviting people to this opportunity. And then #4 is follow up and track. Very, very important. There's a lot of different ways that you can follow up and track, but you need to be working from a list. That is the #1 thing that you should have, is a list. And as you are working through that list, you are following up with people on that list. And you're building that list all of the time. I know Asana is a great program. I have it documented in here. And also, I'm going to check into TeamZ. It's a new program that the Beachbody coach created. It's an app that you can use on your phone, on your computer, and it really helps you with tracking people, contacting people. It really helps with your power hour. And then finally, #5, and I really feel this is the most important piece, is help them regardless. If they say no, if they don't want to join a challenge, if they're not interested in the business, that's okay. Continue to help them, listen for their needs, and help them through it. You don't know this person that you're building a relationship with. They might know someone who the 21-Day Fix might work, and they might refer that person to you. But you need to make sure that you are constantly building a relationship and helping people. That is what our whole business is about, is helping people live a happier, more fulfilling, healthier life. So let's talk about step 1, the initial invite. So where do you invite people? Well, let me give you a couple things not to do first. #1, you don't want to share other people's posts. You want it genuine, and you want it to come from you. #2, you don't want to put links in any post that you are posting. #1, Facebook does not like links, and they, with their algorithms, they basically don't put it into people's news feeds because they look at that as being salesy, and we don't want to be salesy at all. So stop putting your links in anything. If you do have a link, for example, you might have a link to fill out an application to see if this is something that someone might be interested in. Put it in the comment section, but not in your original post. Because if you put it in your original post, what happens is they algorithm, it knocks it down, and not many people see that post. The other thing you want to be really, really aware of is asking questions and making your question in big, bold, capital letters at the top when you're posting. But anyways, let's get back to private messaging. The number one way you should be inviting people is private messaging. You should be inviting 3 people per day to your challenge group. Now you might say to me, hey Julie, I don't even have 3 people I can invite right now. That's okay. If you're just starting, what I want you to do is I want you to message 3 people per day on everything about life. So you're just gonna follow their newsfeed. If you've watched my interest list, how to make an interest list on Facebook, what I would highly recommend is that you put your contacts, your list, into an interest list. So, for example, you might have challenger list. You might have coach prospect list. You might have friends and family list. You might have old friends list. However you want to break it down, you want to have those lists. And right there from those lists, as you're scrolling through the news feed, because you will only see the people in that interest list. So let's say you have a group of 100 people that you put into this interest list. And these are 100 people that you would love either for a challenge or as a coach. And you just scroll through that. You're not scrolling through the entire newsfeed, you're just scrolling through your interest list. And you can go right there, click on, you don't even have to click on the person, you like hover over them and you can send them a message right there. So if you see something that sparks your interest, be genuine, be truthful, and share right there. Hey, I see that you guys just went to Florida. How awesome. Your pictures are great. Where did you stay? You know, start asking them questions that they know that truly you're interested in them. You never have to be interesting. You always want to be interested. So just kind of remember that. If they ask you questions, answer real quick and then turn it back on them. So they say, oh, we stayed at the Hyatt Resort in Florida, blah, blah, blah. It was beautiful. Say, oh, how awesome. Did you go there for a special event or occasion or whatever? Just keep asking questions, finding out about that person. You're going to want to try and invite 1 person per day to the business opportunity. Now, again, you're probably thinking this is really scary, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. And that is where that list comes into play. That is the most important part. I have all of these people on my list, and I continually drop messages to the people that I would love to have on my team as coaching. And when I find it the right opportunity, that's when I invite them. And remember, our team, Team Progression, has a coach, basically a backstage pass into what is coaching every 4th Tuesday of the month at 8:30. It's on Facebook. And if you invite people there, you can't just like send a general invite. You have to be private messaging people to this. It's not something you just, yes, you can drop it on your Facebook page when it gets close, but this is something you're inviting through private messaging. And you're following up with them like an hour or 2 hours before the event and saying, hey, Sarah, I know you said you were interested. I just want to remind you, our backstage pass starts tonight at 8:30. Will I see you there? And then follow up. And you have to be on that live event. You have to be posting your story. Even if no one shows up that you invited, you are still making a presence. Because what happens is that drops into people's news feeds. And they might see, maybe it's your transformation story that we're highlighting. That will show up on people's news feeds and spark interest. So private message, 3 people a day for challenge groups, 1 person a day for the coaching opportunity. So on your Facebook, you are posting when you have challenge groups. You'll do direct posts. You will do also events. You can create an event and post in there and stir some hype and show some of your past challenger success in those groups. Also, you can highlight that on posts you do on Facebook. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but there are 3 times a day that is most highly trafficked. It's 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. And those, whatever your time zone is, those are what Facebook has found to be the highest traffic areas. So you're going to want to make your posts around those times. The general rule of thumb is nighttime is the most popular. So, you know, people will be scrolling through and all of a sudden they see a transformation picture of someone they know. If you don't have your own transformation, you can always go into Beachbody and get some of theirs. But when people see people they know, they stop. You know, if you think about it, when do you look at Facebook? You look at it on your phone, you're just scrolling through. So you have to have eye-catching photos. They have to be authentic. They have to be you. They have to be real. And then you're asking a question and you're doing a call to action. Don't ever forget that. That's the most important part. You can't just say, hey, I'm having a challenge group. It begins blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you're in. People won't let you know. So, you know, say, hey, I struggle with crunchy snacks. And you might have a picture of 4 different things. Which item do you struggle the most with? And then you could have chocolate. You could have beer and wine. You could have pizza. You could have, you know, salty snacks. And then list A, B, C, or D. And then after that, you could put a message about your challenge group coming up. You know, hey, I have a challenge group coming up. I need to hone back in on my eating. I really need the accountability. If you would like to join me, send me a message. Something like that. Because you want them to comment A, B, C, or D. And then if they're interested, they'll send you a message. Now, when they comment A, B, C, or D, that's when you private message them. And you start up a private message, asking them questions, finding out more information. A great way that coaches are finding to be really successful right now is by doing Instagram videos or Facebook Live invites. And, you know, you're talking about your life, you're being real. It's almost like your own little infomercial. And then you're just mentioning a challenge group. You're just mentioning someone who lost 30 pounds. You're just mentioning things. You're kind of sprinkling it in. You're not being salesy. You're not talking about how you need to eat all of these healthy foods because no one's perfect and they're just going to tune you out. But you're going to share something real about yourself, your struggles. And then you'll just put a little piece in there. By the way, I'm starting an accountability group on June 13th. If you're interested, send me a private message. Or if you're interested, comment below, want more info. And you're doing this live, you're talking. People love to see you. Facebook challenge group posts indirect. These are things where you just sprinkle it in with everyday life. So it might be a healthy dinner you're eating. It might be a progress picture of someone. And you're not really saying much, but you're complimenting someone else or you're sharing something else. And so it's bringing light to something else, not necessarily you. You want to invite to existing groups you have. So if you're running any challenge groups right now, whether they're free groups, 10-day groups, 21-day groups, whether it's a long, lengthy challenge, you want to invite there. Hey, the next accountability challenge is, and you give them a date. If you're interested, send me a message and I can get you all the information. However you want to do it, but those are great people. Another thing, you might want to do a referral program. So anyone who refers someone might get a $10 gift card to Target or Meijer or whatever your store is by you that people like. That's kind of a way for people to say, hey, I have a friend who might want to do the 21-day fix. I have a friend that said she's interested in size. I have a friend, you know, and then when they refer that friend, you mail them a $10 gift card to wherever you said you were going to do. It's a great referral program. People like incentives. Business opportunity posts. I would say everyone should be doing at least one per week. And all you have to do is state how Beachbody has helped you change your life, why you love coaching, why you love the accountability, and just sprinkle it in and say, if you're interested in more information, we host a live backstage pass every fourth Tuesday of the month. Create an event for that and invite your people to it. And anyone who says they're going, follow up or just message people privately. You don't want your page to be a billboard for Beachbody. You want it to be conducive of everything you do. You have so many cool traits that people are like, wow, that's awesome. It might be your kids. It might be a new puppy. It might be somewhere you went. It might be, I don't know, anything. You have so many cool things. Sorry, my screen went black. But be you, be real, be authentic. So here's just a little idea for scheduling your invites. And your invites, you want to be doing private messages daily. It's not just Facebook posts. It's private messaging people. That is where all the top coaches get their people. It's not just on social media. People, they send a post and all these people come flocking to them. They are meeting new people. They are generally interested in those people, and they're listening for how they can help. So on Sunday, you're doing a direct Facebook post. On Monday, excuse me, you're doing an Instagram video or Facebook Live video. Tuesday, indirect post. Wednesday, within an existing group. Sunday, inviting to the business opportunity. And, that can be scary. So maybe you're not doing it every Sunday, but you're doing it every other Sunday. And you're doing it leading up to the backstage pass. Let's see. This is just more on the inviting. We just talked about that. So here's a sample script for inviting to the business opportunity. So I have a friend who, she said she really is stressed out at her job. She just doesn't feel like it's her passion. And so that I know is her pain point. And so here's a message I could send to her. Hey, Jill, I know you said that you're really stressed out at the accounting firm and that you don't really feel needed like the way you want to feel needed. I also know that you are teaching or coaching Girls on the Run, and you find that very passionate to help inspire young ladies to become better and empower them to really be proud of who they are. And I can't help but think, what a great coach you'd be and how much you'd love this. Have you ever considered doing what I'm doing? So there, I took her pain point of not liking her job, and I took what she's really loving right now is coaching Girls on the Run. It just finished up. They just did a 5K. She loved the way she empowered those girls. And so I used those two. And even if she says no, she might start thinking. You have to remember that people don't just say yes. They have to be exposed to it 7 to 15 times, depending on the person. Now, if you feel uncomfortable inviting someone, here's your out. I totally understand it may not be something you need or not right now, and that's okay. But I thought it'd be fun to have you coaching with me. Do you want me to send you more information on it? By the way, how's work and life in general? So you're just messaging them. You're just putting little seeds of growth that they might start thinking, and start watching it. So here are sample scripts for the initial invite to a challenge group. So I'm going to use the name Jill again, but let's just say I have this friend who has told me she wants to lose weight. So I say, hey, Jill, I'm starting a 21-day Beachbody challenge on June 13th. And I have space for just a few more people. It's going to be just a small private group of us in this challenge for better accountability and support each other while completing a program and a meal plan to get serious results. I totally understand it may not be something you need or not right now, and that's okay, but I thought it would be fun to have you in there with me. Do you want me to send you more details? By the way, how's work and life in general. So you have that same thing right there, and you can just make it general, or you could find something on Facebook and really hone in on something that you know about them. Because if you compliment someone, everyone loves compliments. You've seen something on Facebook that you truly liked. Now, don't say it if it's not true. People can read through that. But if you see something that you like, compliment them. Share that. Hey, I saw you come across my news feed. Your kids have really grown up. Wow, it seems like they were just babies. Whatever, they're super cute. Share something, compliment them, and then you can ask them the question. So one thing I want everyone to be aware of, you must ask this person. Once they say yes, they are interested in more details, you must ask them, hey, by the way, are you already working with a coach? And if they say, what's a coach? Just explain to them it's someone who helps you through a program. They form these challenge groups, accountability groups, and they add you. They might be doing free groups. They might be doing 21-day fix, size, any of the Beachbody programs. But if you're not working with someone, I would love to give you more information. Let me know, whatever. Make sure that you always ask that person first, because, you know, I don't want to take anyone's coaches from them or customers or anything like that. And I know you don't want to take anyone. We're here to help one another grow and build. And even if a person is not on your team, you can still communicate with that person. You can still brainstorm. So many people have great ideas, and coaches are so helpful. They share information. So always make sure you ask, be respectful of other people. And if they come back and say no, then say great and give them the details. So here's a sample post of initial invite to a challenge group. So this is on Facebook. You're asking a question. And Janelle Summers, who really created this, and then I'm giving you this information because she does trainings every week. If you do not do her trainings, I would highly recommend you do them. She's very down to earth, and she's very helpful, and she's always looking to improve people. And if you go to JanelleSummers.com, you can sign up to get in her accountability groups or in her trainings. I believe it's the password or the username is fitness, and the password is hardcore, and everything is lowercase. Anyways, here's your post. What's your weakness? What's stopping you from getting in the best shape? Maybe include a picture. Remember how I was saying about the beer, wine, pizza, chocolate thing? You know, give them something to answer and then leave a space after that question. For me, it's chocolate, whatever it is for you. I just love it, but I know I can cut back. So I'm starting a fitness challenge on June 13th. We'll work out, improve our eating, and keep each other on track for 21 days. Let's get our bodies beach ready. Comment below with I'm interested if you want more details. So you're just giving them a little bit of information. You're sharing your struggles, and then you're having them comment below in the comment section, I'm interested. And the more people that like and comment on your post, the more Facebook boosts your post into other people's news feeds. You don't want to word vomit on anyone, and you don't want to share information right there because you want more people wanting that information. So instead of giving them the information right there in the comment section or reply section, just say to them, like their post and say, sending you a PM. Or if you already sent them a PM, you say, I sent you a PM. That way, you're keeping everything behind closed doors. You don't want to put stuff out there because what happens is people will read it. They might not be interested. You might have worded it wrong for them. You always want to find out why someone is interested first before you give them more details. So they say, I'm interested. Your private message to them is say, hi, Shelly, I'm so excited that you're interested in my upcoming challenge group. What interests you the most? Or Do you plan to go to the beach this summer? What are you looking to achieve? You know, give them a question. Make sure you know what they're looking for, because they might just be looking to tone up. They might be looking to lose 50 pounds. They might be looking to clean up their diet. You never know what they're looking for. They might be getting married. They might have a class reunion. When people give you that information, there's a why. There's a motivator. You can use that to help them, in your message. So you said that you want to get ready for your class reunion. That's in August. I totally understand. You want to go there and feel amazing in your own skin. Tell me, what kind of exercise are you currently doing or do you like? Do you see how you just give them a little bit of information? You don't give them everything. If your challenge group starts in 5 days, okay, don't rush this person just because it starts in 5 days. Realize that you have another challenge group that you can add this person to later. Form that relationship, ask questions, and don't be in such a rush. Don't word vomit, don't give them links, don't give them anything until they have said yes. They are ready, okay? So just like I was saying, get to know their needs. Slow down. Take several messages over time. You might be talking days, weeks. Just because we're on social media on a regular basis does not mean that everyone else is on social media all the time. Some people take themselves off social media during the week because they want to be more productive. Some people only do it on the weekends. Some people only do it certain days of the week. Some people, don't do it for 3 or 4 days and then they check in. So understand that it's going to take time, and that is okay. Don't rush things, because when you rush things, you scare people away and you sound salesy. Be a consultant, ask lots of questions, but don't drill them. Just ask general questions. Talk to someone like you would want someone to talk to you. So if you would feel uncomfortable if someone was asking you certain questions, then don't ask them. If you would feel uncomfortable if someone just gives you a link or says, hey, I'm starting an accountability group, here's the thing, you want to order? You're like, no, I don't want to order. I don't even barely know you. So make sure that you're asking relevant questions, and then listen. Listen to what they're saying. If it's in a messaging, you can reread what they're saying, and always, always, always validate their feelings. I totally understand how you feel. I thought that way too, and now I realize, whatever. Shakeology is actually a superfood. It's not just a protein shake. It has all these vitamins and minerals. I was amazed to find this information. That whatever you want to say, just don't give them too much information. I totally understand. It sounds like a lot of money. I thought that too, until I realized how it could change my life. Just give them little tidbits. If they decide not to participate, this is just a tip, at least now you know their needs and you can still try to help them. And this might be a person that refers someone else to you. Develop relationships. Keep in touch. The more you message people, the more your posts show up on their newsfeed. The more likely they are to like, comment, or share your posts. Now, I don't know if I've already said this, but technically, you should not be sharing other people's posts. Everything should be your original stuff. So if you see a great quote, perfect. Use word swag or, I can't even think of things, candy, font candy. Use something and retype it. Make it yours. Don't necessarily use their photos. I mean, so many times there's so many photos on Pinterest and Instagram, and they just get reused and reused and reused, which make a picture of you. Have a picture of you working out and then put those words on there. Make it original to you so people see it and they're like, wow. Finding needs. So here's a sample script of a challenge group. Hey Jill, thanks for your interest in my challenge group. I have a few spots left. I'll send you the details of my challenge, but first I have to ask you, what are your goals? I want to make sure I know what you want me to accomplish. And then ask them a question that they may answer. Because if you just send them this, they might not answer. They might not know you well enough yet that they might just go, wow, why should I give this woman this information? But if you say, by the way, how was your vacation? They want to share about that because that was fun. People love going on vacation. And she just got back from vacation and she wants to share. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. We swam with the dolphins. We did this, blah, 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 blah. So always ask a follow-up question unrelated to the challenge group or business opportunity. Okay, here's a business opportunity post. Hey Jill, I'm so glad you're looking into this. I've always thought you'd make a great coach. What about coaching interests you? By the way, how are your kids? So if she doesn't answer what about coaching interests you, she might answer how her kids are. Okay, do you see how that works? So make sure that you're always being genuine, always giving people questions that you know that they will most likely answer. So step 3, giving more details. This is the information part, what they need to know about the business opportunity. So I have uploaded a bulleted basics about coaching. It's in there. It's I think it just says bulleted basics about coaching. You'll have to go into the files tab in our group and check it out, but it just goes over generally the basics, 25% discount, all of that information. $39.95 to sign up, $15.95 per month. Military fees are waived, all of that information. Or you can give them the link to the sneak peek or the backstage pass. And you guys, anybody can run a sneak peek. You can take the information from our backstage pass and run it over 4 days in an accountability group. It doesn't matter. There is no right or wrong way how to give people information. All that matters is you're excited, you're passionate, and you have a heart to help. Okay? So what they need to know about a challenge group, you're going to give them the information. It's fun, and I'd love it if you did this with me. We check in a private group once per day. Workouts are 6 days a week and are easily modified. Someone might, whoa, 6 days a week. But if you tell them they're only working out for 22 minutes or 25 minutes or 30 minutes, and they can modify the entire thing. Like literally, if they have never exercised in the last year and they walk in place for 22 minutes, they are going to see differences. Let them know that there's a meal plan provided, and all they have to do is try to follow it the best they can. Obviously, they're going to make some sacrifices. Let them know that, but let them know, success takes time. Your results are going to take time. They don't happen overnight. They'll have their choice of a fitness program and superfood to shake to replace 1 meal per day. We'll all support each other and get results. It starts June 13th and it ends, July 8th. Winner gets. Now, when you put incentives out there, people really try to work for those things. The bigger your incentives are, obviously, the more interest people are in trying to earn it. You don't have to make big incentives, though. If you give away a shaker cup or a couple packets of Shakeology or a $10 gift card or, whatever you want, you can get some great, cool t-shirts at Target for like $7 or $10. And those can be your prizes. It doesn't have to be Beachbody products. It can be the extra DVD you get with a workout program. It can be, anything. There's those bracelets with, I can't even think of what they're called, loci bracelets. You can get those on Amazon real cheap, and that can be something you give away. But based on participation and results, so give them how they're going to be a winner. It could be, they have to do certain things like give you their measurements and their before pictures and then their measurements and their after pictures. It could be just that, and then you put everyone in a drawing. It could be the highest percentage weight loss. It could be the most inches lost. It could be the person who comments the most or checks in every day. You put all those people into a drawing. You decide how you want to run your group. But I'm going to tell you, when you have an incentive, people work for it. Always give a deadline for the date to order. So if your next challenge group begins July 13th, you're going to give them a deadline. And it might be July 8th is the last day to order for this challenge group. Someone said they were interested. It's July 8th. They didn't order. They talked to you, they said they were interested and they didn't order. So you follow up with that person. You say, hey, I know I'm really busy and you're probably just really busy. I know you said you were interested in the June 13th accountability group, and I just wanted to follow up with you and make sure. Did you change your mind or are you still interested? Let them know. Did you change your mind? Because things come up. People end up having to fix a car that they didn't know they were going to have to put $250 into, or, their son is going to a camp or whatever. Things come up. Maybe it's not a good time this time, but at least they're on your radar for next time. If they do say, yes, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you followed up with me. I want to join this challenge. How do I order? Then you just figure out what workout they want and what flavor superfood they want, and you can put it into their cart for them. So I hope you guys know this. There's easy ways to get people to order directly from you. There is a mobile app from Beachbody. It's a coach mobile app where you can just get their email address and their name. That's all you need, and you can put everything into that. I find that very helpful because that tells me right away if someone is already in the system. Another app that someone created, it was a Beachbody coach. They created, it's called Beachbody Links. It's blue and it has BB and it says BB Links. And you can just tap on that and you can get any link you want to order anything, a challenge pack, just a single, whatever. So make sure you have those tools to help you with your business. Giving more details, this is just continued. This is either ending the message with a challenge group or the business opportunity. I want to help you leave your job that you hate. Do you think you might do this? If so, I'll put you on the tentative list before it fills up. By the way, I love those shoes you just got. Where are they from? Whatever. Always comment, give them a compliment, and ask them a question. They might have got new leggings. They might just got their hair colored. They might, whatever. Make sure you're complimenting them and then asking a different question. Because if you're not ending with a question that they might answer, you'll hear crickets. They won't answer. Because, you mentioned the Beachbody opportunity, the coaching opportunity to them, and it sounded good at the time, but then they had 4 people talk to them last week and say, oh my gosh, that's a pyramid scheme, that doesn't work, blah, 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 and now they're having doubt. So if you just say to them, hey, I want to help you leave your job, do you think this is something for you? They might avoid you because they're scared. It has nothing to do with you. I just want you to know that. Same thing with the challenge group. I want to help you lose that 10 pounds. Do you think you might do this? If so, I'll put you on the tentative list before it fills up. I'm only having 10 challengers this group, and I want to make sure you get in. By the way, I see you got a new car. That's awesome. I love the color. Where'd you buy it from? Ask a question that they might answer, or that most people would generally just out of kindness answer. Step 4, follow up genuinely. So no genuine follow-ups equals no business. You might have a great lead and they're interested and their life just gets busy. People are busy. They're running their kids' places. They're doing all kinds of things and they forget. They might have looked at your message sitting at a stoplight and they read it and they're like, oh, I need to respond to her. And then their day got busy and a week goes by and they completely forgot. So you need to follow up with people. Track who you are talking to. Remember in the beginning I told you about Asana tutorial? I told you about Teamsy. You can Google those and check them out. Offer an incentive to buy or join your team. This is something that I learned when I read the coach policies and procedures that I highly, highly recommend you all read, because it gives you a ton of information that I know it's not pretty, it's not sexy, it's boring, but this is your business. You have to treat it like a business, and that gives you the information in it. So for example, you cannot give people cash. That was something I didn't know until I read that. You can give them gift cards, but those gift cards cannot exceed $50. So you just have to be very conscientious and aware of those things. I wasn't aware of those things, and I don't think they're going to like come back and fire me or get rid of me or whatever, because I didn't know, and I did it because I made mistakes, and we all make mistakes. But realize that you can offer initiatives. So you can offer sweatshirts, you can offer products, you can offer different things, but it cannot exceed $50 value, and it cannot be cash. So it can't be a check, it can't be money. It actually has to be a gift card or something like that. And then always end messages with a personal question. Very, very important that you're ending it on a positive note, something that they would want to answer, regardless if you're asking them about the business for their challenge group. You're asking them about their kids. You're asking them about their vacation, about their new car. You're asking them about where they just were. You saw some photos. Whatever it is, ask them, be interested in them. So here's some sample scripts, and this is from Raina Odell. She is, I'm not exactly sure of her ranking, but I believe she's a 15-star diamond in her first business center, and she may have actually high diamond ranking in her second. But these are follow-ups for challenge groups. So remember, you're doing 3 people per day. Everything that you are doing with follow-ups is through private message. It's not through posts on Facebook. It's not through commenting on Facebook. It's your private messaging. Do your business behind closed doors. So your first follow-up, this could be a cold invite, a new friend, or a follow-up with someone previously interested. Hey, love, I've got a few fun groups coming up this month, and I would love to get you started if it's something you're interested in. Let's chat, okay? It's just a little thing. And if it were me, I would follow up with a question. The second question, or the second follow-up, 3 days after first follow-up. Hey, whatever you want to say, pretty lady, girl, their name. I wanted to send you a follow-up to touch base, finish chatting with you about getting started. I've only got a couple spots left in my group and would love to get you involved. Third follow-up, this is a week after the second follow-up. Hey, use whatever word you want. We haven't been able to connect, but you've expressed interest in doing a group with me at one point. I wanted to see if you still had interest, and would you like to chat, or if you'd rather me take you off the contact list. That gave them an out. And then the fourth one, hey, I've tried to reach out to you a few times with no success, so I'm going to take you off my follow-up list. If coaching or a group is something you'd like to chat about in the future, please don't hesitate to message me, and I'd be happy to give you more information. I'm not going anywhere. You know where to find me. Best of luck to you. So you're not leaving them high and dry. People are busy. It might not be a good time right now, but here's a bunch of different messages. You can just copy and paste. So here's on the coach potentials, and she does 3 per day. So the first follow-up, hey, I'm mentoring some new women this month for coaching. I'd love to get you started if it's something you're interested in. Let's chat. Now, if you're not mentoring coaches, that's okay. If you get one coach to mentor, you can mentor them. So don't ever be scared to start something new. You can go in with some other coaches, and you can do something, rank it up group or whatever you want to help people. This business is loaded with opportunity, and you don't have to wait for someone to do something. You can form groups. You can mentor people. You know more than the person coming in tomorrow. Here's the second follow-up, 3 days after the first. Hey, I wanted to send you a follow-up to touch base and finish chatting with you about getting started as a coach. I'm looking to mentor just a couple more women, and I'd love to get you involved. Okay, third follow-up, a week later. Hey, we haven't been able to connect, but you expressed an interest in coaching to me at one point, and I wanted to see if you still had interest and would like to chat, or if you'd rather me just take you off the contact list. And then finally, 2 weeks later, hey, I've tried to reach out to you a few times with no success, so I'm going to take you off my follow-up list. If coaching or a group is something you'd like to chat about in the future, please don't hesitate to message me, and I'd be happy to help, give you more information. I'm not going anywhere. You know where to find me. Best of luck. Very, very similar, just one is more towards a challenge group and one is towards coaching. If you are not inviting people to the coaching opportunity, your business will not grow. I want to emphasize that because yes, when you sell challenge packs, you do get basically a commission, but that commission stops after the purchase of their challenge pack. Or if they continue Shakeology, most people quit after 6 months or a year. Did you hear me? Most people quit after 6 months or a year. So here you got a person, and you might get that $30 commission, which great, that's fine. But you know what? You want to help that person. You want to help that person save money. You want to help that person get results. You need to stay in contact with them. And the best way to get that person results is to have them become a coach and lead their own challenge groups. Have them be in charge of holding other people accountable. That is the best way. So the only way you are going to grow is if you stop thinking about this yourself and you start inviting people to this amazing opportunity. Step 5, help them anyway. So this is so, so important. If you truly listen to their needs, you may find other ways you can help them. I don't know what those ways are, but maybe you're really good at parenting and you can help them with a couple things that you see, they need help with parenting their young children. Or let's say you're really good when you just had a baby and you know all the ins and outs of nursing. You could help them with that. Or let's say you have toddlers and you've figured out a great way to help them potty train or go to sleep or keep them in their bed. You have skills that and you can share with other people. Maybe they struggle with their phone and you can help them figure out their phone. Whatever it is, you need to make sure that you are staying in contact with that person and you're helping them. Sometimes you need to have tough love at some point with people. I know it's not always easy when people make excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. And some of these people are your family and your friends. And at some point, you just have to look them in the eye and say, hey, do you mind if I give you some honest feedback? Do you mind if I give you some honest feedback? And if they say, no, I don't mind, then you can. But if they say, no, I don't want any, then don't give it to them. They don't want to hear it anyway. But if you do it out of love and you say it to help and you ask their permission, they might just heed your words. So don't ever think that you can't help someone, even if they said no to the challenge group opportunity or the coaching opportunity. They might know someone else who might be interested and they can refer them to you. Always treat people like you would want to be treated. Keep developing the relationship because you never know where it's going to go. Some people just aren't ready, but in the future they turn and they become the perfect coach and they see where it can go and all of a sudden they're on fire. And you never knew because you stopped. After they told you no once, you never asked them again. So again, they can refer people to you in the future or need your help in the future. So I hope those 5 points were very helpful for you. Let's just go back to the beginning so you can see those points again. The invite process, I'm hoping that you have a clear idea of how to invite. Private messaging is the way to go. Never do anything open book and Facebook. Always do everything behind closed doors. Find their needs and fit them to what they are looking for. Provide them more information, but the way you do that is by asking them more questions, finding out what they need, and then giving them information. Just basically making suggestions like you would suggest a restaurant. Really, the gold is in the follow-up. You need to make sure that you're tracking people and you're following up with people. And then final point, you need to help everyone regardless. All right, well, I hope that helped you, and I hope that you can go and rock your challenge groups and rock your business. And I'm going to upload some content. It's going to be on Word document for you to use for challenge groups. So thanks again for joining.